Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Wednesday, June 28, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link to our Patreon in the description and comments section below. Philadelphia Phillies vs Chicago Cubs. Philadelphia is set to start right-hander Aaron Nola on Wednesday, who's 6'5" with a 4.38 ERA this season. In his last start, Nola went 6 scoreless innings against the Braves, allowing just 2 hits, while against the Cubs this year, he's 1-0 with a 2.57 ERA, as in his lone start, he went 7 innings allowing 2 runs. In his last 5 starts, the right-hander is 2-2 with a 3.94 ERA, and on the road this season, Nola is 3-3 with a 5.17 ERA. As a pitching staff, Philadelphia has a team ERA of 4.19, which ranks 16th. Chicago enters the series against the Phillies with a 37-39 record, which is good for third in the NL Central. The Cubs are currently slashing .248, .329.401, while in the month of June are slashing .232, .319, .373, while against the Phillies slash .212, .319, .374, and against right-handers slash .243, .326, .387. Against Nola, Morrill is 2-4, Gomez bats .333 and 21 abs, Swanson hits .224 and 58 abs, while Ian Happ is 0-12, Barnhart is 0-11, Bellinger bats .125 and 16 abs, and Horner bats .167 and 6 abs. I recommend betting on the Phillies on the money line. This should be a great game between two pitchers who are both finding success. However, I think the Phillies have the edge in this matchup. Drew Smyly has been struggling with his command lately, and the Phillies are a patient team that is willing to take walks. This could lead to a lot of base runners for the Phillies, and they have a much better offense than the Cubs. Aaron Nola has already had success against the Cubs this season, and if he can get through the first couple of innings without giving up any runs, his confidence will only grow. The Phillies are also under .500 on the road, but I think they have a good chance to win this game. I also like the under in this matchup, as both Nola and Smyly are really starting to pitch well and limiting the damage. This season, the Phillies are 41-29-7 in hitting the under, while on the road are 22-17-3 in hitting the under, while the Cubs are 37-36-3 in hitting the under, and at home are 16-19-2. However, in Smyly's last 5 starts, he's allowing just 3.2 runs per start, while Nola is averaging 3.4, but this Cubs lineup has struggled at times and isn't as good as other teams the righty has pitched against. Take the under. Cleveland Guardians vs Kansas City Royals. The Cleveland Guardians have been brutal at the plate this season, as they are 25th in the majors with a .683 ops, while scoring 3.92 runs per game up to this point. Their team has not been doing well in the power department, as they are last in MLB with 50 home runs. First baseman Josh Naylor has been doing very well at the plate, as he has a .801 ops with 10 homers, 57 RBI, 27 runs scored, and 5 stolen bases on 6 attempts. The Kansas City Royals have also been one of the worst defensive teams at this point of the season, as they are currently 27th in MLB with a .678 ops, while scoring 3.78 runs per game thus far. They need to figure out how to stop getting caught stealing, as they have been caught 16 times this year already. Shortstop Bobby Witt Jr. needs to hit a little more with a .247, .290, .426 slash line with 12 home runs, 38 RBI, 43 runs scored, and 23 stolen bases on 29 tries. Austin Cox has been struggling a bit when looking at his baseball saving page, as he has an 8-barrel percentage so far. Cox relies on 5 pitches, with 4 of his pitches being thrown at least 12.5% of the time. This is the first time that Austin Cox is in a starting role, so this should be an interesting watch. The Kansas City Royals have been struggling in June, with a record of 5-17. The Cleveland Guardians, on the other hand, have been doing well, with a record of 12-10. Both teams will be starting rookie pitchers, so expect the bullpens to play a big role in the game. The Guardians have the second best bullpen ERA in the league, 2.96, while the Royals have the 28th best, 4.84. Overall, I think the Guardians will win this game. Looking at these starting pitchers, they should do well, as Logan Allen is 2-1 with a 3.38 road ERA, with a .245 batting average against in 5 road games, while Austin Cox has not allowed a hit or a run in 7 innings at home, 4 games. These offenses in the last 30 days have not been scoring enough to expect the over, as Cleveland is averaging 4.96 runs in their last 25 games, while Kansas City is scoring 3.42 runs in their previous 24 games. Go with the under, as it seems to be the better option. Los Angeles Dodgers vs Colorado Rockies. Los Angeles enters this game having won their previous series at home against the Astros and having won the first game of their current 3-game series against the Rockies. In their most recent 5-0 win, Clayton Kershaw got the start and the win for the Dodgers, taking a no-hitter into the 6th inning. Kershaw finished the 6th, then was followed by 4 different relievers to finish the game. On the offensive end, the Dodgers totaled 8 hits and 5 runs in the game. J.D. Martinez and James Outman had the only multi-hit games, both going 2-4. Martinez had the team's only home run, which also happened to be his 300th homer. Overall, it was a great game for the Dodgers as they took Game 1 easily. The Dodgers have yet to announce who will start Game 2 for them. They do not typically start relievers or make use of the opener very often, so I would expect them to choose from a variety of starting pitchers. Regardless, they shut out the Rockies last night and have plenty of arms to use if need be. I wouldn't be concerned with the Dodgers' pitching situation for this game. The batting lineup for the Dodgers has performed well to this point in the season. Freddie Freeman leads the team in hits and average with 98 hits and a .316.395.545 line on the season. Mookie Betts leads the team with 19 home runs, while slashing .253.349.503, while J.D. Martinez leads the team with 51 RBIs, slashing .258.304.579. Will Smith also leads the team in OBP, slashing .286.400.507 thus far. James Outman and David Peralta have also performed well, so the Dodgers can only hope their lineup can continue and improve their consistency. Colorado enters this game having won their previous series at home against the Angels and having lost the first game of their current 3-game series against the Dodgers. In their most recent 5-0 loss, Connor Siebold got the start and the loss for the Rockies, tossing 5 innings, in which he allowed 5 hits that resulted in 4 runs. From then on, it was a bullpen game for the Rockies, with Brad Hand allowing an additional run in the 6th. On the offensive end, the Rockies totaled 3 hits and no runs in the game. Ezequiel Tovar, Ryan McMahon, and Brenton Doyle had the team's only hits in the game. Overall, it was a tough loss for the Rockies, as there was little to no offensive production, and pitching gave the game away early. The Rockies give left-hander Kyle Freeland the start for Game 2 in hopes of evening up the series and salvaging a possible series win. Freeland has had a rough start to the season, posting a 4-8 record, along with a 4.54 ERA and a 1.39 WHIP in his first couple of starts. His most recent start came against the Angels, in which he tossed 5 innings and allowed 9 hits that resulted in 4 runs. I would expect a similar performance from Freeland in his upcoming start given his struggles and facing a Dodgers lineup that hits lefties well. The Dodgers are the better team and have been playing better recently. They have won 5 of their last 6 games, while the Rockies have lost 10 of their last 12. The Dodgers also have a better offense and pitching staff than the Rockies. The Dodgers have not announced who will be starting on the mound, but it does not matter much. The Dodgers have a deep bullpen and can beat the Rockies with any pitcher. The Rockies are playing at home, but that does not matter much either. The Dodgers have been winning on the road lately, and they are a better team overall. I am confident that the Dodgers will win this game by more than 1 run. I recommend betting on the Dodgers to win by more than 1 run. Taking the under in this game for a couple of reasons. We were correct in taking the under for the game last night, and I expect a similar story in Game 2. The total was set relatively high at 12 for Game 1, so we should see another double-digit total in Game 2. The under yields greater value in double-digit totals, as it is much more likely we see one team score little and the other team score a fair amount, as we saw in Game 1. Regardless of who the Dodgers start, the Rockies will likely struggle offensively, as they haven't scored more than 5 runs in their past 5 games. The Dodgers' offense will get their fair share, but will be pressed to score enough runs required for a double-digit total. For these reasons, I am confident in taking the under for this game.